clase? ¿Cómo están? Excelente! And welcome to our first Fun Fact Fez Fridays. So let's see what fun fact is in the Fez this Friday. Alright, so I gotta get my tassel right. I hate to look silly. Alright, so let's have a look. Today's fun fact is, the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. You heard it here, folks. If you don't believe me, look it up. Alright. Now I have to get my hair perfect. Oh, first try. Okay. So, it's time to award our Cowie Award for today. So let's go to monitor capture. And, alright, so here are the comments from our last video. Definitely one of my favorite ones is Natalie. My profile pic is my face when you do the cooking gestures. You can zoom in on that one. That's an interesting one. Madison, some of the food pictures you find are very interesting, of course. Alright. Bella says you should include a fun fact you learned next video to make it seem more like your class. Well, I think we've done that today. And the award goes to Shekinah Bennett. I should get the next award. Thank you in advance. No, thank you, Shekinah. She has been commenting on all these videos, wanting the award, and today... Alright, so there you go. So, let's go ahead and go to our warm-up. Okay, clase, saquen papel, por favor. So here's your warm-up. You have to use your notes from yesterday, and for each blank, you just write por or para. Alright, let me do something with it. Hold up. Okay, alright, so pause. No. Alright, let's see how we did. Alright, the first one says, Te doy $10 blank el videojuego. Okay? I'll give you $10 for the video game. Do we say por or para? Por. And this one is because this is an exchange. Okay? I'm giving you $10, you're giving me the video game. Alright, next, número dos. Blank un americano, tú hablas español muy bien. Por o para? Para. For an American, you speak Spanish very well. This one is showing an exception. Okay? Next one. Voy blank la escuela. The answer is voy para la escuela. That's because this is a direction. Okay, this is me. Remember that arrow? This is me. It says, I'm going to the school. Voy para la escuela. Alright, número cuatro. La comida es para mi mamá. This one is talking about a destination. The food is for my mother. That is where it's going. That's where it will end up. Okay? Whoa, hold on. Let's do that crazy thing again. Okay. Ella trabaja para McDonald's. She works for McDonald's. This one is simply employment, which again is kind of like your destination. Every day, that's where she ends up. She goes to McDonald's and works. And the last one, hay un Starbucks por aquí o para aquí? Por aquí. This one is just a general around. Okay. Is there a Starbucks around here is the question. Okay, that's not specific. It's just the kind of wandering, wobbly line. Okay. So now, let's go over your notes. First of all, what did we say is the picture for para? Para is the ara. Para is the arrow because we are describing things like destination, direction, deadline. Okay? I'm going to the school. I need this for tomorrow. Okay, so sometimes we can even add this for the deadline. Okay? But either way, you've got that arrow. Okay, I'm going to the school. I need this for tomorrow, etc. There are a couple of extra little things that this is used for. It also means in order to, okay? Para. For example, a good example is estudio para sacar buenas notas, which means I study in order to get good grades, okay? We practice in order to win. He works in order to earn a lot of money, okay? And the other thing was, like we said, an exception, okay? So we'll add that one too. Exception. So again, that one is like, wow, for a kid, you sure do run really fast. For someone who eats nothing but hamburgers, you're very skinny. I'm showing an exception from what is typical or expected. Okay. One other thing, and you'll see this in a minute, is also an opinion. For example, you would say, para mí, we'll say, para mí, la escuela es importante. For me, in my opinion, school is important. Okay, that's a really clear example of what an opinion looks like. Para mí es importante estudiar. Para mí, Burger King es delicioso. You get the idea, okay? So those are your little para things. You can write this down. It's a really good way of having everything in one place. You can take a picture on your phone, screenshot it, whatever you want to do. If you want to get this in your notes, go ahead and pause the video now. Whew. Sorry, I was yawning. Whew. Okay. Now that takes care of para. Now let me just delete this off for now. Okay, now por. Who remembers there were two little pictures for por from the video? One was an arrow that looks like this. Okay, and again, this is talking about, like I said, if this is the park and you say the sentence, yo camino por el parque. It means I walk through the park. It's not this direct line like you had before. It's like a wandering. Like I'm walking through the park. I'm going around and looking at things. Maybe I'm walking the dog. And now I have passed through the park. Okay? Even things like looking through the window. This is the window. If I'm looking through it, I'm looking here, I'm looking here, I'm looking here. I'm looking through the window. Okay? And the other picture was the X, okay? Because an X is an exchange. That is when we say something like, te doy $5 por el libro. I give you $5 for the book, okay? I'll give you my sandwich for your apple. We're exchanging things. And the other thing is even thank you. Gracias por el dinero. Thank you for the money. Even though I'm just telling you things, I am exchanging. You give me the money, I'm giving you my gratitude. We've made an exchange. So, anyway, I'm going to post a video. Uh-oh, hold on. Got a reminder for something. Okay. That was a reminder to call my dad for his birthday. No worries, I'll do it. Okay, anyway, so that was the warm-up. Now this is a sheet that I'm going to post on Google Classroom today. And what it is it's got para, and it says a few things, and then por, and it says a bunch of things. And at the bottom, there are these 25 questions. And this is going to be another one of those assignments where all you have to do, you write por or para for each one after you think and use your notes, and that will be something that you turn in for a quiz grade, okay? So what looks like a lot, I mean, it's kind of a lot, but it's worth it, certainly for a quiz grade, especially when you get to use your notes. So what we're going to do And again, I'm not going to post this assignment until Monday. This is going to be a Monday assignment. Okay, I'm not trying to give you all a bunch of work over the weekend. All right, let's start at the very top. And again, you will have this in your Google Classroom. All right, para has relatively fewer uses than por. Okay, so first rule, to indicate destination. El hombre salió para Madrid. The man left for Madrid. That's the direction he's going. To show the use of, or purpose of a thing. El vaso es para agua. The glass is for water. In order to. Yo estudio para sacar buenas notas. I study in order to get good grades. To indicate a recipient. Este regalo es para ti. This gift is for you. That's where it's going. To express a deadline or specific time. Necesito el vestido para el lunes. I need the dress by Monday. I need it for Monday. That is the destination. To express a contrast from what's expected. This is our exception we talked about. Para un niño, lee muy bien. For a child, he reads very well. For employment. Yo trabajo para mi papá. I work for my dad. And expressing an opinion. Para mí, el básquetbol es interesante. To me, in my opinion, basketball is interesting. Okay? Now, so that's the only things we have for para. It's not that many. And again, like the guy in the video said yesterday, if you're out in the real world and you have to pick one or the other, para is the safe bet. Okay? Now, por is used for a bunch of things, so we'll just go through one at a time. All right, to express gratitude. Gracias por la ayuda. Right? Thank you for the help. For multiplication, this was not as big of a deal, but here it is. Dos por dos son cuatro. 2 times 2 equals 4. When you want to say the word per, like velocity, frequency, and proportion, meaning like 10 miles per hour, we get together 2 times per week. So this one says, voy al restaurante 5 veces por semana. I go to the restaurant 5 times per week. It means through, along, by, in the general area. This is that wandering line. Andamos por el parque. We walk through the park. We're wandering. When talking about exchange, including sales. Él me dio $10 por el libro. He gave me $10 for the book. Okay? To mean on behalf of. This is for, this is your motivation for doing something. Yo trabajo mucho por ti. I work a lot for you, meaning because of you, for your benefit. You're not my employer. I could be talking to my son, most likely, right? I work a lot for you. You are the reason, you're the motivation. Por ti. To express a length of time. Yo estudié por 2 horas. This is a really good one. I studied for 2 hours. To express an undetermined or general time, meaning like during. Remember this kind of wandering arrow? The whole idea is just a very kind of general thing. Ella estudia por la noche. She studies at night, you know, around then. We're almost done. When you want to say for means of communication or transportation, like I talk to my friend by phone, we travel by train. That's what this one is. Prefiero viajar por tren y hablar por teléfono. I prefer to travel by train and speak by phone. It's showing how we're accomplishing these things. To show the reason for an errand. For example, voy por café. I'm going for coffee. Okay, this is like if you're going out, it's like I'm going for a newspaper, I'm going for a coffee, I'm going for food, I'll see y'all later. That is por. Because it's the motivation behind this little trip you're making. Okay. All right, to express cause or reason. El hombre murió por falta de agua. The man died for lack of water. That's a cute one. And in passive constructions, el libro fue escrito por Octavio Paz. The book was written by Octavio Paz. Okay? And then again, down here is the practice, which I'm going to post along with this whole thing on your Google Classroom. All right? Now I'm going to show you, this guy, he's called The Spanish Guy, and he has a pretty good video as well. And I want to show you just a quick clip from it. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but let's look at this together real quick. Let me toss on the old headphones. All right, let's have a look at him for a second.
The same sentence. Okay, para. I want you to get it out of your head that para means for. For the sake of this conversation, I want you to picture the word para and next to it, imagine a big red arrow. For the rest of this video, para is an arrow. And more specifically, para is an arrow sticking into something. One of the most common uses of para is when you're talking about a destination. For example, the sofa is for the office. That means the sofa is going to the office. The destination of the sofa is the office. So the sofa is for the office in Spanish would be el sofá es para la oficina. When you would say for in English and you're talking about a destination, use the word para in Spanish. Can you picture para being used as an arrow in this sentence? Where's the sofa go? It goes to the office. And to show you where it goes, here's a blueprint of the building with a big red arrow pointing right to the office. Another destination example. Manuel's house is perfect for the party. That means Manuel's house is a perfect destination for the party. You could easily picture a big red arrow on the map of Valencia, where Manuel lives, pointing right to Manuel's house. Manuel's house is perfect for the party.
Okay, and then I'm going to show y'all a couple of things he does for por that hopefully will help. So check this out for just a quick minute.
Okay, we're done with para. Let's focus on por. I want you to forget that por means for. For the rest of this video, I want you to think of por as something that goes between two things. Like a path. A path is between the start and the finish. Por is that path. This will be clearer in a second. One of the most common uses of por is with duration. Duration is a path, right? From the beginning of a time period to the end of that time period, you see the path? When you'd say for in English and you're talking about duration, use por in Spanish. So I'll be here for 2 weeks. That could be voy a estar aquí por 2 semanas. Do you see the path? It's from the beginning of the time I'm here to the end of the time I'm here, and it lasts 2 weeks. Voy a estar aquí por 2 semanas. I'm going to the beach for the day would be voy a la playa por el día. The path is from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, for the day. Voy a la playa por el día. Another way por manifests itself as the go-between is it acts like a scale, the kind of scale that tells you when two things are equal. You put one thing on each side until they're even. Is that how it works? Well, that's what por does. One of the most common uses of por in this way is when you buy something. I'll give you $100 for the television. I'm saying I think the TV is worth $100. The value of the money is equal to that of the TV. I want to trade, buy, substitute, or exchange the money for the TV. Te doy $100 por la televisión. So when you'd say for in English and you're talking about a purchase, a trade, an exchange, or a substitute, you use por in Spanish. We pay $20 for dinner. That could be pagamos $20 por la cena. That's a purchase. You pay a price for something. Use por. Daniel traded his book for a magazine.
I'll show you one more example from him and then we'll move on.
Daniel cambió su libro por una revista. That's a trade. You trade one thing for another. Use por. A super common example of this is when you thank somebody for something. Thank you for the good food would be gracias por la buena comida. You're trading your thanks for the good food. Another common use of por is with emotions. When you would say for in English and you're talking about emotions, use por in Spanish. I have a lot of respect for my parents. Tengo mucho respeto por mis padres. Even though you can look at this sentence like my parents are the recipients of my respect, don't do that. For emotions, you use por, so it's better to look at it like my parents equals respect.
Okay, so that's enough for him. All right, so he has this good website. Again, it's just SpanishDude.com, and he has this worksheet. And let me click on this. So this is going to be your one little assignment for today. This is nothing to turn in, but you need to make sure to get this practice in. Okay, so let's see. So here are the 10 questions. In each one, you just choose por or para. Okay, so this is what we're going to finish with today. So go ahead and pause the video and see how you do on each one using your notes. And pause now. All right, so let's see how we did. The first one Tengo un regalo para ti. I have a present for you. Next one. Gracias por el libro. Thank you for the book. That's an exchange, right? Número 3. Cada día Manuel estudia español por 2 horas. So por is every day Manuel studies Spanish for 2 hours. So anything with numbers, just remember that X because it's times, it's per, it's a bunch of number things. Número 4. Cuando llego en una ciudad nueva, siempre camino por las calles. When I arrive to a new city, I always walk through the streets. Okay, that kind of wandering motion. Número 5. Esta mesa es para la cocina. This table is for the kitchen. That's where it's going, that's the destination. Número 6. Es muy fácil viajar por tren en España. It's very easy to travel by train in Spain, which it is, because this is the means by which we're traveling. Número 7. Salimos para la escuela ahora. This is our direction. We're leaving for school now. Me gusta tomar café por la mañana. I like to drink coffee in the morning, just general around. Just the same way you ask, is there a bank around here? That wandering arrow. 9. Voy a estar en Ecuador por 5 semanas. So here's that number thing again, right? So por 5 semanas. I'm going to be in Ecuador for 5 weeks. And the last one, lo hago blank un amigo. This one is a little sticky, but what it's looking for is lo hago por mi amigo. I'm doing this because of my friend. Whatever I'm doing, it's for his benefit. Okay? Lo hago por mi amigo. Okay, so again, if you wanted to go back over those, try again, that sort of thing, these are actually very straightforward practice questions, and I think he's done a really good job with that. Okay, so let's go back to the face cam to finish up here for today. I'm back. All right, so this has been Fun Fact Fez Friday on Learning with Senor Capcom, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. Take it easy, put down the books when you need to, and I will see you next time. Adios.